I'll ask you the same as what I asked Harry Keane when he were reviewing the days with the team for AOD. If we had to describe today in one word, what would it be?
It'd be happy.
Happy. That's
happy.
Good. I like that. That's a good start.
Yeah, it's a good start. Good day one.
So yesterday we talked about the objective being like, just doing the best you possibly could and seeing what happened. And I'm guessing day one's gone to plan.
Definitely, it's gone to plan. I mean, definitely, maybe a few places. There were a few things we could definitely improve on. More execution than fitness, so that's good. More just on my part where you get tired and then you just kind of go, oh, you kind of zoned out. But that's just what muscle ups do for you in a 15-minute AMRAP.
So
you're just constantly on muscle ups.
So for context, then we started with heavy Isabel and then we did the
muscle
up.
Yes.
So if we start with heavy Isabel, how was that compared to how you thought it was going to be after you've done it in training? So your plan was, what did you say you were going to do 10 power and then squat from there? Was that?
So the plan was almost just if I start slowing down because I need to power, just just suck it up and just squat almost. I mean, there's the only thing that's going to be damaged is your ego, and to be honest, it's not exactly embarrassing squat snatching 100 for 30 reps. So that was the plan, and I definitely far exceeded the plan of having to squat. I only had to squat 1 rep, and that was the final one. So very happy with it.
And you said that about ego then. I think, I don't know, you always seem to make fun of yourself when shit happens. So the only thing I saw of it today was you failing the rep and putting it straight on Instagram.
I know. Well, that's the thing. I said to Max, I was like, oh, what should I do? Should I was like, I should do a post about this. We're just a post saying first one down. And he was like, yeah, and I was like, so, but what do I do? Should I just do me just starting, or should I and he was like, well, just do the rep that you missed, and then it looks really bad. And then everyone thinks, oh, he's done shit, or he's popped it up already and it's the first workout, he's gonna have to repeat. So, I mean, that was the plan. And I think it got a few people. So I was happy. I just thought, it's a bit of a joke with it all. So,
yeah. And then, so I don't want, obviously we're not going to give any scores or any things away because it's a closed leaderboard, but what do you reckon, if you were at Mayhem, would you have done all right?
I think I've done all right. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice one.
A little, you walk across the line and you go, that type of face.
And that smile says it all, mate.
Face. Yeah.
So let's talk about the next one that you did then. So that was it's 15-minute AMRAP of 3. What was the order?
Back squats.
Squats, handstand walk.
Sorry, it was ring muscle ups, back squats, handstand walk. Yeah.
And what was that like?
One, it gets spicy really quickly. I did 10 minutes of it on Wednesday to get a feel for it. And I just realized immediately, I was like, I'm gonna be doing a lot of muscle ups. And it just your upper body continuously is just under stress. Even in a back squat, you wouldn't really think about it until you're making sure your upper back is nice and tight, your trunk's all stiff, and it's so tiring, it's so bad. So yeah, that was a really hard workout, very hard. I'm happy with the score though, so I think definitely there's room for improvement, but I'm happy with it. So we move on. There's 3 more workouts. So yeah.
So when you
muscle ups.
you talked about execution issues. So I guess if we discount that, that rep from Isabel because you were happy with your overall score. What were the execution issues that you faced in the other workout?
I think it just like it was all on my part. Basically, so Kelly was judging me and she was counting. It was in the round of 15. She was counting and she got to 10, and then I started counting like from 5 to 1, basically, because I was like, oh, I was like in my head, I was like, just count backwards, and you know how many reps you got left, and you just stay with it like that. Um, and I got to 1, but like I did the second one, and as I came up, I went 1, and for some reason, I don't know why, like head just kind of went out and just racked it, and then Kelly was like 14. I was like, shit. Um, so like, and then I did take a bit of time resting, stupidly. Um, yeah, it's just like when you kind of when your head's gone, it's well, it wasn't gone, but you know, when you want to rack it, you want to rack it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Um, but I think everything else, it went pretty well. Um, I think it was just yeah, like, it's just to get a rep on the back squat and even just set it up. It's just a not a length. Well, it's a fairly lengthy process, you know, just to get 1 rep. There's a lot of fat involved. So yeah.
So like you were up at where were you today? CrossFit, was it Fareham?
CrossFit Games, yeah.
And do you go there regularly?
I go there occasionally. More like when Kelly and Max are kind of training there. Kelly coaches there on Monday, Tuesday, so been popping up there every now and again just to go and train with them and have them around me.
So it wasn't
So
like
very familiar with it.
yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah,
ask. I was going to ask because it'd be a new
yeah,
because
like I'm very familiar with it. People there are lovely. Like had a lot of them there all day just helping out, you know.
oh,
So
that's awesome.
they're not strangers. They're very good people. So
Yeah.
it's a nice company.
So and tomorrow, where are we at tomorrow?
We're at Wessex tomorrow, so not as familiar with this gym, but I've been there a few times. It's a really nice gym, and I know
What's the
like
thought process between flitting between gyms then?
it was just more. Well, Fareham had a in-house competition tomorrow,
Okay.
so we didn't have anywhere else to go. Like they did suggest that we the owner he was really helpful, and he was like, oh look, he was like, you can between the lunch periods, you could come and do one of the workouts if you want. Um, but I was just like, it's fine, don't worry about it. Like I don't want to ruin your schedule with everything. You know, it's a day for you guys. You know, like it's your day. You guys plan
Yeah.
with it. So yeah.
No, that's good then, mate. So in terms of tonight, what does that look like then from a refueling point of view? What's the
Yeah,
nutrition like?
it's basically, you know, it's carbs and protein, kind of keep the fats fairly minimal. Get some fats in for sure, but nothing like steaky or anything like that, where it's kind of, you know, fats like that. So it's just easy to digest. It just sits well, ready for tomorrow. And then I suppose, and then on that Sunday, we, you know, you can just kind of enjoy the fat, you know, enjoy that you've been craving. But yeah, that's just the plan with that. Just making sure that like I go to bed not hungry, drinking a lot, um, electrolytes. Um, what else? Yeah, just probably smash another protein shake. You know, just get it all in.
Get
OD
them
on
gains in.
protein. You know, exactly. OD on it. I mean, I've done a lot of muscle up, so I want to make sure I get those gains. Yeah. So
So like when you're doing this in this environment where it's like a little bit more, I don't know, homely than when you're out on the
yeah.
road. So is it just nicer? Is it a bit more chilled, or would you prefer to be away like at an in-person event, being almost in a bubble where you're sort of detached from all your home comforts?
I from a recovery perspective, I think it's great. You know, and like even time. wise, like you're not against the schedule, you're against your own schedule, you know? Like the nice thing about us was like we were just going, look, when like we do the first one, you go, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go and warm up now. We'll go and get ready. And everyone's like, yeah, sweet. And then you have lunch and then you just chill out for a bit, go for a walk, you know, try and get out of the gym a little bit, come back and be like, should we go and hit it at this time? And then they're like, yeah, great. So I mean, to be honest, we got it kind of spot on with what times we wanted to do, like times we wanted to start it. So that was great. Um, but like from a recovery perspective, it's great. Um, but just the thing that sucks is not knowing, you know.
Mm.
Um, and everyone just kind of, I suppose for the top guys, because they've got all these camps that they're at, like they have a good idea about where they are. Um, but like for someone like me who's a little bit more isolated from it all, um, it sucks not knowing, which is kind of why I wanted the set real do it 2 workouts today, do them tonight, come in, and then we'll see the leaderboard tomorrow. Um, that's quite cool. I think that's quite fun because it kind of leaves a little bit of hype going into it. Um, you don't forget about it almost. Do you know what I mean? I think that's quite fun. But from perspective of that, it kind of it sucks just because you're very nervous. But recovery, I think is great.
Yeah. Yeah, when I was talking to Harry Keane last week about AD, and he was saying something similar about just not knowing is what kills you. It's
Yeah.
like there was something in that I just thought was maybe, I don't know. You know, when all you can do is focus on you.
Yeah,
Surely, as an athlete, that's a better place to be. You know, if you start
it is.
overanalyzing other people's scores, then it could lead to just chaos and redos and.
Yeah, it like for sure. It like there is definitely that the side of it. I just think as an athlete, like you just kind of want to once you know, then you can just move on with it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like it's kind of I mean, you're competing to beat people and you want to know if you've beaten them. So um if once you don't know, like it's like when you don't know, you don't know, and it kind of eats you up. Plus then you got to think about other ones. You go, well, I can't fuck up these ones as well. Um and then it like for me I hate it, but which is why I kind of like the in-person competitions where you know on the spot you know, um but yeah, like I think there's definitely from a standpoint of where that's probably what I need to work on as a mental gain is just kind of be like I know I've done my best, I need to just move on to the next one. I think that's definitely something I need to mature in a bit more, um, as an athlete. um So I think there's definitely this kind of this year I'm trying to focus on it a little bit more and just be like, look, this is what's and I've been trying to tell it myself like this is what this is, you've done it. You know, like you can't either have that one eat you up, you can't think about it anymore, you just gotta move on to the next one, you know. That's otherwise you're gonna fuck up that one as well. If you don't keep thinking about it. So yeah.
So from a pressure point of view, then, so you know, like you said, you'd rather know. So you know, would you respond really well? You know, going into the last day, if you knew you needed to, you know, just jump up a couple of places, would that have a real positive impact on how you approach the last day?
I I think so, yeah. I think like I think it comes with pros and cons, you know what I mean? Like you know you're doing great, you know you're almost there and you can see like the finish line and what your goal is. Um, but there is also that kind of fear of I can't like again, I can't mess this up. Um, but yeah, like but then it's also like does that start playing on you because you know now um like it just gets sometimes it can eat you up. Like I mean, I definitely had it like last year at semis, no, well, quarterfinals, where I knew from the first lot of the scores that they put in, and we could see them. I was like, oh, okay, great. I'm in at the moment. However, I've got these other scores, and I'm quite scared that I don't do well on these ones, and I don't want to see myself fall out of that position. So it's kind of like it's better when you know it all at once, I suppose, as well. It just hits you in the face, and there's not all these kind of ride of emotions where you go, I'm happy, oh no, now I'm sad. It just hits you at once, and you're like, oh great, okay, I'm happy, or I'm disappointed. I think I'd rather experience one than two, than like
Yeah,
over the weekend.
the thing I touch on with that is like, I'm going to compare it to something weird, but when people wear a whoop, and then
Yeah.
the whoop tells them
Yes.
that they're tired,
Yeah.
so they tie it. Do you not
Yeah.
think though, if you get to the end of this weekend and you're so happy with your scores, you couldn't have done any more, you executed well, you did better than you did in training, and then the leaderboard comes out and you're, say, not in a qualifying position, you're still got to be happy with your performance because it was all you. Whereas if you letting the leaderboard dictate whether you're happy or not,
yeah, for sure,
it can be detrimental, can't it?
it can be. I also just think like it is. I really, yeah, I agree with that. But it's also like if you know that what you're happy with wasn't enough, I think that's kind of shit itself. You know what I mean? But I suppose that's part of the game, isn't it? You
Yeah,
come
but
back next year
it gives you
hoping.
that. That's it. That's what I think. If
Exactly.
you're
You come back
happy
next year.
and it's a reflection of your training, then you just know you've got to work on some things to get better
Exactly.
again, don't you?
Yeah, and I think like I mean, I know that from this weekend I'm gonna see stuff where I go, yeah, I need to work on that. And that I think that's just as I think that's the most important thing is you don't come away being like, yeah, I fucking smashed it. Like I think you need to come away from it being like, yeah, okay, I did great. I'm happy. I gave it my all. However, there is other stuff I need to work on, and this is it. If this is what I need to work on to become that level, and like I've smashed everything else, it's just this workout and this type of either like like the intensity of the workout, the interference, whatever it is, like that's what I need to work on. I think that kind of that gets you excited, I think, as well, knowing that that's one thing I need to work on. And if you work on that for 365 days, you're going to come back a better athlete once you work on it. So,
100%.
But yeah.
Love that. So tomorrow, mate, what we're hitting tomorrow at CrossFit Wessex?
We are hitting the shuttle run one, CS, and then the GHD one. So I saw Jacob Heppner's scores, so that was that's I don't know if you saw his post about it.
No, I didn't. What did he do?
Like he got like 16, 15, 15, 12, 14. I was like, fuck, So I was like, that's a burpee a burpee every 2 seconds. So I suppose that's the way to go,
Burn it down then, mate.
Burn it down, burn it down on round 3 and then just survive.
Yeah.
That's it. I think it's just kind of this one is you got to accept that round 3 and 4 are the worst rounds. Round 2, like it hurts, but it's going to be similar to round 1. Once you've done round 2, you're waiting for round 3. You're like, yeah, I'm hurting. And you go into round 4, and you're like, I'm really hurting. And then round 5, you're like, I'm done if I do this, but I'm still hurting. I think round 5 is probably going to be like the worst round to feel because you're done. You got to empty it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But yeah, I think that's one I'm very nervous about. I think this one, the shuttle run one and the muscle up one, just because of it was I think because the muscle up one was such an unknown with where will I be almost like we had an idea, but it's just you kind of go, yeah, this could work, this could work. I think I'd be around here. And then this one is just this one scares me just because it's like this is what I procrastinate at in training because I don't want to do these type of workouts, but these are the workouts I need to do. So, but I'm just hoping that I've done enough of them in training to kind of be happy with it. Well, not happy, but comfortable enough, and it's just trusting yourself, and that's the thing. I think this one is very much just trust your fitness, and I mean, you're going to come out alive on the other side either way. You've just kind of got to tell your brain that that's what's happening. Your body will do it, you know. It's just your brain that's what's got to do.
Yeah.
So.
Right. Well, I'll let you go for this evening, mate. We'll jump back on and we'll see how you go tomorrow.
Yeah. Totally.
Thank you for this, and well done on today, because I know you're low key buzzing, mate. So well done.
Yeah. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
See you later, mate.
See you later.